Guys, I'm going to talk about why I think women are less feminine. Now, this is just my perspective, my opinion. Um, just what I thought about. I was just thinking about it and I was wondering why women are becoming less feminine, whether that is true or not. And also, I know there's a lot of complaints too from men saying that women have become less feminine. So this is just my opinion. Okay, so I looked at Google. So I Googled masculinity and femininity. Google said masculinity is men traditionally men showing traditionally masculine rules. Example: confidence, aggression, independence, sternness, competition. And then I Google femininity and say a woman showing traditionally feminine rule, which is like empathy, intuition, kindness, gentleness, thoughtfulness. So I was thinking, these are not really masculine or feminine quality. These are qualities that everybody got, like both male and female. They have these qualities of thoughtfulness, competition, independence, empathy, intuition. It's not really a masculine or feminine quality, because I personally have, when I went through the list, I have all of the masculine quality and all of the feminine quality. So this is really what I was thinking. Why is it that they say that women are becoming more masculine? And so I was thinking back about when I was in school, and from around the age of 6, we were taught about, like, you want to get A's, you want to come first, you want to be the best in the class. So, because obviously your parents, they are happy that if you're doing well in school, so you don't want to be doing, you don't want to be bad in school. So there's a push for competition I'll say from the age of 6, and really, if I'm honest, it would be from the age of 4. As soon as you enter school, there's this push for competition, which is classified as a masculine trait. So all females are encouraged, and all males, we are all encouraged to compete with each other. And by competing with each other, it decreases some of the feminine quality, like thoughtfulness, helpfulness. Because I remember when I was when I asked for help, I asked one of my friends for help, and we were close in terms of grades. So she was, say, second in class and I was third. And sometimes it flips. Sometimes she's third and I'm second. And I asked her for help, which will be considered a feminine quality, and she said she didn't know it. And then later on in the day, I realized, I went into the library, I saw her doing it, and I realized that she did know it. But the competition created her being more masculine, even though she actually is a kind, gentle person. Just because we are being the school system, it made her feminine quality, which she got and she displayed a lot of times, which would have been like to be helpful to me and be patient and to show me the work. She didn't do it because she wanted to do better than me. Because you had a prize, so if it came second, none for third. So because we were so close in grades, she wanted to do better than me. So she didn't want to give me the edge or have me so close in terms of the competition. So I understood that. Like we didn't really discuss it, but I understood that was what was happening to her. That is why she didn't want to share her knowledge with me. And I mean, in terms of a masculine trait, a lot of people will say, well, that is fear and that makes sense. And I mean, I didn't get upset with her. We just let it go. But what I'm saying is that the school system is what is encouraging women to be more masculine than feminine, because if it didn't have like a grading system or the competition to go into university, and you have to have the highest grades got to go into the university that they rather, then people will display more of the feminine trait, because you don't have to compete with each other. So you will have she would have been more willing to be helpful, which you consider a feminine quality, which I don't think is a feminine quality. I mean, obviously, a lot of men are helpful, and should have been patient and kind and thoughtful, and will have shown me it, but she didn't. So that is one of the reasons in terms of masculinity. The other thing is, like they say, assertiveness, aggression, sternness, and independence. Those are masculine qualities. So when I went for a job interview, and the lady said it was like a supervisory role, and the interview was going really, really, really good, and everything was flowing nicely, and I was like, okay, thinking I got this. And again, I did not say to her in the interview that I was gentle and kind. I used all what they consider masculine. I was independent, driven, hardworking, you know. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like all around us, we are being encouraged to be masculine, because really, I could say that I am gentle and kind, but I don't know how she will view that. But I know when I say I'm determined and driven and all those kind of things, she looks at it in a positive light. So the interview going good, and then she said, oh, I'm not sure about you. I'm not sure if you'll be stern enough to deal with the staff. She said, you know, they're older than you, and they could be difficult, like in terms of forceful. So I said to her, no, don't worry about that. I will be able to handle it. I could deal with situations that I may not look or sound stern or aggressive or forceful, but I could persuade people. So then she said, okay. So she hired me. So I started to work, and then I realized I can't bully, like I can't be rough or aggressive with people, but I like that would burn my energy out. So I had to use something else to be able to encourage people, talk to them. And I don't want to be one of those people that were mean, not like just rough, because what I've found was that some of the staff that was in supervisory position, when I speak to them, like when they're on the job, their voice was so much more aggressive, and they were so stern and so sharp. And I was thinking, but when I speak to them outside of work, they're normal, they're calm, they relax. And now they have this sternness. It's almost like they believe that the sternness is what will get everybody to respect them and do what they're supposed to do. As I was saying, I didn't understand why they were switching from being pleasant to being so stern and strict when they were speaking, when they were on work, because out of work they were like normal and okay. So I thought to myself, I can't work like that. I can't switch like that, because it's not really my nature to speak like that. So I was thinking, how could I do this? So I decided that I will just get to know the staff, and I use a lot of empathy, and in the sense that I get to know them, I understand them, and I can do that relatively. It doesn't take long. I have a good a good read of people, so it took me I understood the people I was working with, and it I was naturally polite, naturally kind. So people actually thought that I was weird because of that. And I remember one guy was saying to me that he told his staff that I can't be faking after 2 years. If after 2 years I was that pleasant to other people, like clients and to the staff, that it may be true that I am actually that pleasant, because he said that a lot of people was like, no, she have to be faking it. She can't be that pleasant. And what I realized is that as a in the society, in work, in school, and even like your parents, what I realized is that I was a bit ashamed of the feminine qualities, and it didn't occur to me until later on when I contemplated it, that I was a bit ashamed that I was gentle. Like, I would never want anybody, like saying to somebody that I am a gentle person, I wouldn't tell anybody that. I felt embarrassed to say that I was gentle, and that I was kind, and that I was soft, and that I have a lot of empathy. I even thought maybe I'm fake, maybe that is fake. I didn't know how to embrace the feminine side, because everybody wants you to have masculine qualities. Your parents want you to be independent. They want you to be able to live on your own, and be able to pay all your bills on your own, have your own car, do everything on your own. That's the parents. And then even guys, guys love independent women. Like almost every guy I speak to, they would be so proud when their girlfriend could do everything without them. So, I know this might sound like I'm lying, but every guy, I've never met a guy who said to me, oh, my girlfriend really need my help and I'm so happy about it. Maybe the guys tell each other that, I don't know, but most guys will say to me, oh, their wife could do everything, like she could do everything, or the girlfriend could do everything. So basically, she could do everything independent of them. And so that makes me feel ashamed that I find like doing everything independently is a bit scary. I think interdependence is better for me, in terms of I help the person and the person help me, and work as a team, because I really think that two people is much stronger than one. So I feel a little bit ashamed that I am a bit like, I feel like I don't really like, I'm not good at being independent, like totally 100% independent, needing absolutely no other human being. I think everything is easier when you have someone working with you as a team, and both of you contributing your strong points together and your weakness. You're complementing each other in terms of weakness, where one person could help the other one. So that's the other reason why I think I think women are encouraged from parents to school to work to be masculine, and nobody encouraged us to be really feminine. Like, it's not something that you get encouraged throughout your life. You get encouraged to have masculine traits throughout your life, but you're not getting encouraged to have the feminine trait, and you somehow feel ashamed to say that you need other people, that you can't exist in this world by yourself, that you need help to lift things, move things, do things. You need help, and you're willing to help other people too. So that's the other reason. And one of the other things I saw that came up when I was looking at things that are feminine was sensuality. Sensuality meaning they said like lay back, taking your time, going with the flow. Obviously, like how you present yourself, things that is pleasing to the senses, like dance and singing and that kind of stuff. And I'll say that sensuality is a difficult thing for women, and obviously, again, as I said, these are not just feminine qualities, because obviously there are a lot of guys that are quite sensuous as far as I'm concerned. So if I think back about sensuality, when I think about puberty, I remember when the girls who was getting the Kardashian kind of body at 13, they were like, the teachers was like telling them tone it down, and we were in uniform, but they wanted them to tone themselves down, tone their hair down, tone everything down, because of this, because they were, I mean, at 13, they were gorgeous. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, I'm so glad that I wasn't developing like that, because I didn't have to deal with the pressure that they were dealing with. And I like that form, that curvy form, but I was just glad that I didn't have to deal with it. And then when you go into the workplace, I realized, like, just chatting with people, especially if you're chatting with somebody of the opposite sex, and you ask them anything about themselves, and I smile a lot, and then I realized that people thought I was flirting with them, and I thought to myself, maybe I'm smiling too much. Maybe I shouldn't smile as much, because maybe I'm giving out the wrong idea by smiling so much. So, but obviously I can't really you can't adjust your smile, because you don't have to think too much. So that is one of the things. It's like you realize, in terms of sensuality, as women, we get confused of what is allowed, what is appropriate. And I know men get confused too, because they don't even know, they have it even worse than us, because they don't even know what is allowed, how friendly they should be. So both sexes is getting this signal where we don't know how much to interact with each other, because I started to ask, like, friends, female friends, do I smile too much? Am I too friendly? But these are things that is natural to me. This is innately me. I am friendly. I do say hi. I do say, find out how you're going. I want to know stuff about you, because I'm around you for 8 hours. So I want to know something. I want to know, like, what is your things that they like. I mean, I talk to some people and they say that they were on the Olympics team. Like, that is fascinating, And the hobbies, some of the hobbies are fascinating, because it's like, I don't know, like, some of them could sew and all that kind of stuff. So my point is, in terms of sensuality, which is a feminine quality, as women, we get confused. We don't know what is too much, because I've been told, at university, I've been told about my walk. I've been told, like, I walk too sexy. And I felt like, what? What do you mean I walk too sexy? That is my walk. The guy was basically telling me I need to tone it down. And I was like, but that is my walk. That's how I walk. So I think why women are less feminine is, the main thing is that parents, society, school, we are grooming people to have masculine qualities, and we are shaming people that have feminine qualities. And as I said, these qualities are both. It's actually human qualities. Empathy, all these things are human qualities. So, but society is being designed in a way that we are shaming people, that there's no effort to teach people to be thoughtful, helpful, kind, gentle. There's not a lot of effort in that area. But right through, all the way from childhood, teenage years to adulthood, the masculine qualities are encouraged. And as a result, like for me, I started to feel confused with the feminine qualities. I started to hide them. I didn't really want anybody to know that I was not totally independent. I was like, I mean, and then the other thing is that I have met women who are totally independent in terms of like they live on their own and everything, and they do everything, but they're also very, very kind and gentle. So it's not like if you have masculine qualities, you don't have feminine qualities. You still have both qualities. And also, I know that some women, from young, they're naturally competitive. They naturally have more masculine qualities. So nothing wrong with if you have dominant masculine qualities. And as I said, that is what they consider masculine qualities. And I'm not even bashing masculine qualities, because competition is not necessarily a bad thing. None of the masculine qualities are bad. So nothing is wrong with it. None of them is wrong. All of them have benefits. It's just that there's an off balance. There's just a lot of emphasis and encouragement for masculine qualities and less for feminine. Because like I joined a dance class and I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to just relax and have fun. Enter the class, and the competition was like everybody was competing, and I was like, wait, this is supposed to be fun. Why had everybody competed? But as I said, competition is not a bad thing, because then I went home and I practiced, because I was the worst in the class. It was like obvious that I was the worst. So I practiced, and then I was practicing every day until the sole of my feet was hurting. And so this is what competitions do, because if the class was actually as laid back as I wanted it to be, well, I guess I would not go home and practice. I would just have fun, and I would not have cared. But I just didn't want to be the worst in the class. So I practiced until I blended in. I was like more of the class rather than standing out like, oh, that girl's the worst. So, okay, so I think that's it. That's all I have to say on the topic. Let me know what you think. If you think that women are becoming less feminine, let me know what qualities that you have that you're proud of in terms of just normal human qualities. And that's it. Thank you. Bye.